phone.
What up, what up? It is the morning after with Nick and Big J. Welcome to Thursday, 16th day of October 2025. My name is Nick. I present to you Big J.
Yeah.
Hey, Big J.
Yo.
You all right, man?
I'm great.
All right, I'm just making sure. I'm
Okay.
checking it out.
Oh, good.
I mean, the hair looks a lot of sorts today, and so sometimes that means it's been a rough night.
No.
And I'm like, Big J, not sleep okay. But I love you,
I
buddy.
just forgot. Oh, thanks, man.
You forgot what?
Forgot a hat.
Oh, no.
But
Oh,
right
no.
back at you. You all right?
Yeah, listen. Fair to Midland, cooler near the lake. We're all right around here.
Cooler near the lake.
Yeah,
Is that a Wisconsin thing?
It's like a Midwest thing.
Because
Everything.
there's so many lakes.
Yeah, surrounded by Lake Michigan, cooler near the lake is something that you hear all the time, Big J, because there tends to be a little bit more breeze coming off that cool Great Lake.
Probably
And
freezing.
It's not that bad. It's not like it's, but I mean, it takes things down like, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 degrees. So whatever the temperature is, you got to account for that when you go out and about and go, listen, if I'm anywhere near Lake Michigan, it's going to be just a touch cooler than I'm used to. Maybe that's why I have a jacket on me at all times. You never know when I'm truly going to be near a lake. And I
Wow.
have to protect myself from the elements.
That
But-
makes sense.
Happy Thursday to all of ye. We have a nerd alert from Big J coming over the course of the show today. That's very exciting. God, I hope there's some Battlefield 6 news in there. How's it selling? People into it?
Yeah, well, you'll find out in Nerd Alert.
Love it. And of course, we also have a chance for you to go to a couple of shows over the course of the program today. One of those sold out. The other one's pretty damn close. KublaCon TX is coming next week. That show is 100% sold out. We got your tickets to that. And then Garbage is in town tomorrow night at the Knitting Factory. We have our last pair of tickets to go check out that show, which I'm guessing by the time Garbage hits the stage, it'll be sold out. I know it's incredibly close. It might even be sold out today, for all I know. But I do know those are shows you want to go to, so we got you covered for that. Not to mention the fact that we are giving away $500 every single day with Textual Healing, courtesy of Dollar Loan Center. Your chance to get qualified for that is going to happen a little after 9 o'clock today, so lots of opportunities for you to win something. And Big J, if you don't mind, maybe a couple opportunities for people to laugh, huh?
Okay, we can do that.
That ball's in your court. I will press
boy.
play on Nirvana.
What's going on in the news today?
The morning after with Nick and Big J.
Important stuff brought to you by Watson's Mystery Cafe, the proud sponsor, Big J, of the X-Rock Murder Mystery that starts on Monday. Have you been counting down the days? Have you been putting the murder mystery on your calendar? You know it starts on October 20th, don't you? And that's going to be the first day for your clue. We are going to give you a clue 3 times a day at 7:30, 12:30, and 5:30, and you got to solve our fictional Halloween-themed murder. And how do you solve it? You answer the clue questions, of course. Who committed the crime? Where did the murder occur? And what weapon was used? You got to get all 3 of those questions correct in order to claim the grand prize, which this year is a trip for 2 to Las Vegas to see 9 Inch Nails in March. And put you up for a weekend in Vegas, which doesn't suck. Agree or disagree, Big J?
Totally.
Especially when you don't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Because Vegas is expensive, bro. Of course, we're also giving away great tickets to Watson's Mystery Cafe with any guess, even bad ones. So you're going to win some prizes over the course of the murder mystery. It's all presented by Watson's Mystery Cafe. Dinner Theater presenting a variety of shows, including murder mysteries of their very own and comedy shows as well, dinner and drinks too. So make sure you check out watsonsmysterycafe.com and thank them for being our wonderful partner in the X-Rock Murder Mystery beginning Monday here on the X. Big J, the city of Boise needs your input.
Okay.
Specifically, the Parks and Rec division. Ridge to Rivers Partnership, which is led by the city of Boise, is asking people to weigh in and talk about their experience on the Boise Foothills Trail System. It's one of those deals where lots of people like to hike the foothills. They like to do the walking. They like to do the riding, those kind of things. But the annual online survey is up, and they're asking people to weigh in on their opinion. Takes less than 10 minutes to complete, but they're trying to gather feedback on which trails are used the most, which trails are used the least. Is there one that has particular problems through the year so they can keep a closer eye on it? And, of course, people that operate and use the trails on a regular basis are the best sources of information for that. So you could jump on the Ridge to Rivers website, or you can go to the City of Boise website. That'll lead you to the online survey. It's open through the 23rd, so you have about a week left to take care of business and get your voice heard a little bit, then they will be reviewed by trail managers and Boise Parks and Recreation staff, and they will share those results with the public once the survey period ends. But they're trying to make these trails as good as possible. Big J, do you have any Boise Foothills input for them?
Not really. I don't spend much time near or in the foothills.
We gotta get you out there, dude.
I don't know. I'm thinking, all right.
Put some dirt underneath your feet and get going.
I think that's for the people who live in that area and use it on a regular basis.
I want that to be you, is my point.
I do.
The Milwaukee Bucks fans have really one beacon of light in their life, Big J, and that is Giannis. You understand?
Okay.
And so Bucks fans have been living in fear for the last, I would say, 2+ years of Giannis getting traded to another team while his value is at its peak. And now we got to have to worry about him heading back to Greece on top of it all before his playing career is over. He was on a Greek talk show, and he said that he's 30 years old. He can play into the NBA until he feels like he's 36, 38. He doesn't want to do the LeBron James thing, but then he'd like to end his career on a Greek team because obviously he's very proud of his Greek heritage. He has played for the national team, a lot of times in a lot of tournaments. And he says that as soon as his NBA career is done, he'd want to return to Greece and maybe play at least one more season for a team on his home soil. And who can blame him, Big J?
Yeah.
But you're missing out on 1 year of the NBA of Giannis. But he's not somebody that is obsessed with legacy, I don't think. He wants to win championships, there's no doubt about it. But I think he's like, listen, I've won 3 MVPs, a championship in Milwaukee, which is unheard of. I think I'm okay legacy-wise. I just want to do what makes me happy at this point. And who can blame him, Big J?
Yeah, I mean, he's already rich. Yeah. Why not?
Well, yeah, he's been playing since he's 17 in the NBA. Are you kidding me? He could buy and sell us a couple times over, Big J. Hey, listen to me now. I'm sorry, Big J. I've got bad news.
Okay.
Tom Cruise and Ana de Armas have broken up.
Oh, was there an official, we're dating thing?
Well, they started hooking up in
rumored.
February, but then they made it Instagram official or something a couple of months ago. And so that's when the rumors really started to go on, and there were people in their camp that confirmed the relationship. So, yeah, they were a thing. They began dating, apparently, in February, and they just decided it was time to move on. But they've had a good time together. There's no animosity there, so there's that, at least. But they weren't, incredibly public about it. But, you saw them together in February, then they were together in Spain in July. And then, of course, you saw them the pictures of them at the Oasis concert together.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a good thing that they're still friendly because they're supposed to be in an upcoming film together called Pressure. Because Tom has put together the movie called Pressure, and then he cast Ana de Armas in the role of the female lead, and that movie hasn't started filming yet. So we'll see how real the breakup is, Big J, when that has to happen, right?
Yeah.
Or does it rekindle a relationship? Let's get some Big J Tom Cruise predictions.
I feel like Tom Cruise doesn't have time for a relationship.
What do you mean? He's too busy doing stunts?
Just movies in general. Producing. I mean, they're one after another. I mean, yeah. He's old. I mean, God, he's
63.
30 years older than she was.
Yeah, it was a real May-December kind of a thing. You know what that means, right?
No, not really.
When one party is really older than the other party.
Oh, okay.
It's called a May-December romance.
Didn't know that.
You're welcome. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your important stuff. It is the X Rocks.
Here's traffic in.
That's the latest from Bad Omens. It's called Spectre here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. And I know it's early on, especially considering Halloween isn't here yet. But I don't know if it's you have to be in the mood for it to mentally prepare yourself for the holiday season, Big J, but it is right around the corner. You understand that, right?
Yes.
And I imagine you probably won't be surprised then to find out that a ton of people out there are freaking out about how expensive it is going to be for the holidays this year, yes?
Yes.
About 70% of Americans say that they are worried about this holiday season being more financially stressful than the others. At this point, almost half of us are, quote, dreading the holidays because of the financial burden it is going to bring with it and the season's monetary demands. That's not great. And that leads to our stress, Big J. We're freaking out about it a little bit. You understand?
Yeah.
And I suppose that's understandable. Maybe that's why, something that I'm not here to offer any kind of financial advice. You should not be. listening to me when it comes to that particular stuff. But one of the thing I have been doing this year, maybe because I knew it was going to sneak up on me, was I have been purchasing things throughout the year. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And like stockpiling and getting ready and spreading things out as opposed to just dumping it into one paycheck, because that's where I feel like I would make my mistake. But of course, that doesn't mean other people aren't already worried about it, meaning things like they're already cutting people off their list, Big J. Some fringe people that might have gotten a gift in years past will no longer receive that gift. A bunch of people are like, yeah, listen, we're not buying any new lights or new decorations. Whatever we got, that's what's going up around the house. You understand me?
Yeah.
And then even 17% Big J say, you know what's really gotten out of control? The cost of Christmas trees, and I don't think I'm going to get one this year. I hope that's okay. And so 17% of us are opting out of Christmas trees already, which is pretty crazy.
Damn.
Considering we're not even, you can even get a Christmas tree for sale if you want one right now. But already making
early.
the decision that this year not happening, where 17% people last year were like, yeah, I'll get a Christmas tree, sure. You still get real trees in the Big J household, right?
God, I hope not this year.
Oh,
because Kyle moved out.
Okay.
So Kyle and Mason moved out, and we would get Kyle would get those from his parents' land up at Horseshoe Bend. So thinking, we got a few fake trees. Like, it's ridiculous right now.
You got a few.
Yes. We've collected a couple of fake Christmas trees. Yeah. I mean, listen, she wants to start putting up Christmas November 1st.
Yeah, the second Halloween is over, right?
And I'm like, come on, man. Can't we wait a couple weeks?
Well, you've had Halloween decorations up for a while, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So
like, come on.
I think she's tired of them. And come October, come Halloween, it's like, listen.
Don't put them up so early.
Next. We are getting ready for some people to even go, hey, listen, I'm going gift-free this holiday. Is that an option? Could we have just gone gift-free?
Maybe.
I guess if all parties agree. But then again, we've always had that discussion that sometimes when somebody says, yeah, no, it's cool, you don't have to give me a gift, they're really hoping that you ignore that and get them a gift anyway.
And I'm like, I hope the gift's expensive. So
that's you. You're like,
Yeah,
you don't have to
yeah.
give me anything, but
Yeah.
if you do, make sure it's super pricey. And
check
really
my
nice.
Amazon list. I got
Big J
needs.
does make it public. It is on his
I
OnlyFans.
really should. God, I really should.
How many things are on that list?
I was just kidding. There's a couple things I want, but they're like, God, this would be great. But I'm like, I can't do that right now.
Because it's expensive, right?
Well, yeah, but it's like I have other priorities first.
Sure.
For luxurious things.
Oh, they're all like spoil yourself kind of items. They're
yeah,
not like.
well, they're things that would come in handy.
Give me an example.
I really want a Tobii eye tracker.
What is
It's
that
like
now?
$250 though.
For video games?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
It would make some of my things that I want to do a lot easier. But
In what game in particular? All games?
yes.
Yeah. What's it do? It just follows your eyes?
So like American Truck Simulator, for example.
Yeah.
So yes, it follows your eyes. So if you move your eyes, it'll move, so you don't have to use your keyboard or a mouse or something to look to your left and to your right to see, like for traffic and stuff like that.
Sure.
In Microsoft Flight Simulator or DCS Digital Combat Simulator, so you can, move your head freely about the cockpit and be able to see and do stuff without having to use the keyboard and buttons, which your hands are otherwise occupied. It is very nice to be able to do that. And I have a free version that just doesn't work very good.
All right. So you want the $250 one,
Yeah.
but you don't want to spend Big J's $250.
I don't have that right now, yeah.
Got it.
Maybe next year.
All right. Listen.
But that's the kind of thing I'd be like, if I won the textual healing money, that's what I'd buy that.
Half of it would go to an eye tracker
Yeah.
for your video games. The other
Absolutely.
half, food, maybe.
Yeah.
Bills.
Nah,
Morning
no
After
bills.
with Nick and Big J. We got a nerd alert courtesy of Big J. That's next on the X Rocks.
Let's go talk to the nerds. Nerd Talk.
The best in tech and gaming. Big J's Nerd Alert on 100.3 The X Rocks.
Well, Nick, it's Halloween season in Call of Duty and Fortnite, and naturally that means familiar faces turning up in each game. Like they do every spooky season. In a rare move, there's one villainous slasher who is actually making his debut in both games here right now, Jason Voorhees.
Really? They've never done that before?
Yeah, no
Wow.
Jason yet. So this is new, and they're a little different. I mean, both are based off of Greg Nicotero's new vision of Jason, and so you've got a much more violent version in Call of Duty, of course.
great.
Now, as the star of Friday the 13th, he's between jobs, you could say, because Friday the 13th, the game forced to shutter its doors. It was taken offline in 2024 because of a legal snafu. Fans are clamoring for a new game starring Jason, and one is coming. Horror Inc., who did make that Friday the 13th game, Executive Vice President Robbie Beresman told GameSpot that they are working on another game. Of course, they're working on Halloween, too. So all of those things are in play, but that's something you can look forward to if you're playing either one of those games. And the spooky season continues, Nick, over there at Sony, getting fun with its PlayStation Plus game catalog editions for October. Now, starting next week, extra and premium subscribers will be able to play the remakes of Silent Hill 2 and Until Dawn on PS5 at no extra cost. Both games were released last October, so it's taken, a little bit of time to get there, but the PS Plus is always a bonus there. And extra spookiness, 2023's Alan Wake 2 is one of the games that all PS Plus members can get free this month, as well as Cocoon and Goat Simulator 3. How fun.
Yeah, as soon as I'm done playing Ghost of Yoti, which will take a while, but there's nothing wrong with that. I am jumping on my Alan Wake because I've heard how good Alan Wake 2 is.
Yeah.
And Alan Wake 1 was available a couple of months ago. I put it in my library, so I'm playing Alan Wake, and then I'm playing Alan Wake 2.
Also, one of those games, Yakuza Like a Dragon. So
Yes.
if you want to get into that,
I have. It's fun.
All free there and PlayStation Plus. And Nick, we did mention it this morning, Battlefield 6, all right? So we've had a full week of this being out, and it's looking good for EA's triple shooter. Over 7 million copies sold in the first week, which is somewhere around $350 million, Nick. That's a lot. Along with that news, the game broke the Steam concurrent record with 750,000 players trying to play on launch day, and that doesn't include consoles. So the game hasn't gone off without a hitch. Of course, EA's been quick to fix some bugs here and there as players put the multiplayer game to the ultimate test, trying to break the game, and they have in some respects, Nick. Some really interesting stuff that has gone on here. If you are a Battlefield 6 player and maybe you're new to this whole thing, Portal, Nick, they're giving players and fans of the game huge amounts of creative availability for developing their own levels and things like that. They can go in and create their own stuff, essentially. And in Portal, you can go in and play these. They have like a classic Call of Duty map called Shipment, and it runs 24/7 on one of the Portal servers, Nick. And somebody has created this, and it looks amazing. And in order to get into these portals, you have to find the codes. They're available online. It's easy to find, so you just got to search Portal server, and it'll pop up for Battlefield 6.
These are like user-based maps.
Yeah,
yeah,
and it gets wild and crazy what you can do in there. So it's going to be a lot of fun here for the foreseeable future for Battlefield 6 and what they have going on so far. People are down with it, so we'll see how long that lasts.
Is that our Nerd Alert?
That's the Nerd Alert, man.
Thank you very much, Big J. Coming up in a few minutes, some important stuff. That's next on the X Rocks.
After with Nick and Big J.
Important stuff brought to you by Be Our Guest. Coming up tomorrow, 9 o'clock, xrock.com. You can grab yourself $50 worth of Cope & Ross for just $25 while supplies last. It's going to go live at 9 o'clock at xrock.com. What's Cope & Ross is an opportunity for you to grab more than 60 rotating taps of beer, cider, and wine. You like some of that, don't you? Some variety.
Yeah.
You got that option. Some great food as well. Pub-style favorites like sandwiches, salads, and wraps. They got a great patio if you want to bring the pets out there. Great family-friendly indoor section, too. So it's a great place to bring everybody if you want. And you can try it out if you never have. Be Our Guest goes live at xrock.com tomorrow, 9 o'clock. Grab $50 to Cope & Ross for just $25. Please, and thank you. Big J, I've got good news for you finally.
Yes!
You have not reached your mental and emotional peak. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, not even close,
No,
right?
dude. When do you think that's going to happen?
I don't know. 70?
A little bit sooner than that. 60, my friend.
Oh, okay.
Scientists studied about 90 psychological constructs across 16 dimensions of your brain, including intelligence, personality, decision-making skills. And their study found composite functioning continues developing through midlife and even later in life. And somewhere between the ages of 40 and 65 showed the best combination of all that accumulated knowledge. Some emotional regulation thrown in, that's good, better judgment. Real-world data supports this as well, because when you're 50 to 55, that's when you make the most money you're going to make in your life. So that's like when you've reached your peak of your brain powers and your life powers, right?
I guess.
And then things start to slowly kind of go downhill from there. And essentially you turn into a pee and poo factory. And then, Big J, you're all gone. And that's the circle of life, my friend. Listen.
You said good news. That sounds like closer to the end than the beginning.
No, well, listen, that's true for all of us. But I want to say that, you certainly have an opportunity. There's that wonderful uphill sprint before things start to decline. You understand? Mm-hmm. And you still have that to look forward to. You think you might have peaked in high school, but I'm telling you, Big J, that's not true.
God, not even close.
You have good things and positive stuff to look forward to until you're 60. And then, Big J, hang on, because that roller coaster is going down that hill. Do you understand what I'm telling you?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just get into a pod. I get it.
Yeah. The best pod you can, of course. Big J, the Blue Jays bats came to life last night in Game 3 on the road against the Seattle Mariners. Final score 13-4 in the ALCS in Game number 3. So now the Blue Jays got the bats going. We'll see if that continues for Game number 4 and they can even it up, or Seattle jumps out to a 3-run series lead. You also have yourself a Game 3 of the Dodgers-Brewers series as well tonight. Hopefully the Brewers bats can come alive. Wouldn't that be nice?
That'd
if
be
you're
nice
a Brewers fan.
If you're a Brewer, yeah.
Sure. Or you just don't want the Dodgers to win again. There's also that possibility. Big J, remember, it feels like it was like 2 years ago where Jim Carrey was like, I'm retired from movies. I'm not making anymore.
But then it's like, I'm only doing Sonic movies because that's fun.
But now, Big J, he's in talks for another possible franchise Kickstarter.
Oh?
A live-action adaptation of the Jetsons cartoon. You remember that?
Yes. Jetsons.
Yeah.
Be the Jetsons.
Be the Jetsons?
I don't know the words.
Meet the Jetsons. But Colin Trevorrow, who last directed 2022's Jurassic World Dominion, is apparently going to direct this project. The animated series premiered on ABC in 1962. It featured, can you name all the Jetsons, Big J?
Oh, God, no.
Come on.
No, I couldn't even remember
any of
the
them?
theme song. Nope.
Not one?
Jeffrey?
No, there's no Jeff.
Eric? George? George
No.
Jetson. Yes.
Yes, George is one of them.
Take that.
And then Jane, his wife, daughter Judy, his boy Elroy, and then do you remember the housekeeper robot name? The most famous character?
Dot Jetson.
Rosie. Now, Rosie doesn't have a last name. But how about the dog's name? Another iconic character from the Jetsons. Astro, for God's sake. But they've attempted live action before. Believe it or not, Big J, former guest the morning after, Robert Rodriguez was once attached to the project at one point. I don't know what a Robert Rodriguez version of the Jetsons would look like. But
like Sin City? Like Sin City? That would be great.
Weird. ABC did also order a live-action TV pilot back in 2017 with Robert Zemeckis attached, but that never happened either. So this is kind of cursed, but we will see if Jim Carrey is the person that brings it to life as George Jetson. I don't remember what year the Jetsons is set in, but I feel like it was like the turn of the century.
Yeah, I feel like we passed that.
Yeah, I think we're living past the years of the Jetsons, but I'll have to double check that. But you could have a movie coming your way soon. Morning After with Nick and Big J. We got your We're Going to Hell story next on the X.
Stories that are incredibly up. Oh man, we're going to hell.
Let's not kid ourselves. I'm going to hell and you know it.
The Morning After with Nick and Big J on 100.3 The X rocks.
Patented version of We're Going to Hell International today, Big J, as we head over to Italy for today's We're Going to Hell story.
Oh, delicious.
And it is, maybe it's reassuring, maybe it's troubling, maybe it's both in some weird way, to know that, listen, there's people working the system in every country in the world. You understand what I'm saying?
I think that's the human condition.
Yeah, listen.
Yeah.
If there's a shortcut, somebody is going to find it.
Yeah.
If there is an easy way to do something, there's an easy way to con somebody out of some money, somebody's going to find that path. You just got to make sure you're blocking that person from your path. You understand?
Yeah.
But this is a story about a 70-year-old Italian man, Big J. So he has been on this earth for quite the clip, right?
Yeah, he knows what's up.
Here's the problem. This guy has been frauding the Italian government for the last 53 years.
Oh, wow.
53 years ago, he was at a job that had some sort of accident. It doesn't really say what the accident was, but after that particular accident, he, by a local doctor in the village that he lives in, was deemed legally blind. So essentially, from that moment on, Big J, he was allowed to be put on disability. You understand?
Yeah.
And receive money from the government and subsidies in order to live and in order to put together all the things that he needed for some semblance of a normal life. And for the last 53 years, Big J, he has lived off to the system to the tune of $1.16 million over the last 53 years. Now it turns out, Big J, because his old doctor retired, they have a new one. The village doctors found out, hey, this guy's not blind at all, dude. He's not even kind of blind. He's not even legally blind. He is just straight up
Stealing.
yeah, okay to see. So now this guy is 70 years old, whose name has not been released for obvious reasons, is in some serious trouble with the Italian government and basically making sure that they get some sort of check in back. So now they're working with a bunch of different people to figure out how this happened and why it happened and all sorts of stuff. And so they're doing an official investigation. There hasn't been somebody that has worked the system this long before, and so this is kind of like uncharted territory. Of course, they've found incidents of fraud in the past, Big J, but these were picked up on fairly quickly and then able to have some sort of swift punishment. But the question then becomes, Big J, if somebody has been doing this since they've been 17 years old, and at this point they're 70, they won, right? You know what I mean? That game's over.
They got away with it.
Right. They're not going to live long enough for you to get any of that money back. And then, also, like, you throw them in jail, and then, like, what? You get, like, 3 years of it? Like, I mean, they bested you. In whatever contest this was, you have lost.
But hold on here. You can't commit this without some complicitness from the doctor.
Like I said, they think that it was a village friend because it was the village doctor that diagnosed him. He had been the village doctor for the last 50 years.
Did he
They
die?
get a new one. They said retired, but he could have died. He may be dead now. But they had a new one, and the new one's like, hang on a second. You're failing all these blind tests. I don't know what a blind test would be.
How do you do?
I don't know.
I can't see.
But I imagine there's ways that they can confirm or deny that is going on, that there's actual vision loss behind it. Maybe the eye reacting to light or something like that would be a giveaway.
Well, sure, I'm sure once an actual optometrist can look and probably tell right away if you're blind or not. But
I would hope so.
it's interesting, like, what is that, a yearly review that they have to do? And I'm like, it's 70. You've been blind since you were 17. Why you got to keep doing that?
Maybe they don't. I mean, it's Italy. Who knows what kind of hoops they have to jump through. But, $1.16 million seems like a lot of money when you look at it.
Over, like, that long, 60 years.
I did the
or
math.
whatever.
It's about 18 grand he was making a year in disability. So that's what it boils down to. And sure, it adds up to a lot of money, but imagine trying to live off of $18,000 right now.
Well, it might be in Italy, it might be a different story.
Who knows, right? You're
Housing
right.
costs aren't nearly as bad in Europe.
I don't know. The point is, you're not going to get this money back, and you're not going to get the justice you're looking for when jail time, when you're dealing with a 70. I'm not saying you should get away scot-free, but what I am saying is, like, realistically, how much do you think you're going to get back other than taking the L? You know what I mean?
Like, almost like if you commit a crime for this amount of time and have not gotten caught, you should not be punished for it.
Well,
Like,
I'm not
what's the equation? What's the equation for that?
Sure. Now, again, I think I'd like to preface that by depending on the crime, of course. If you spent the last 53 years murdering people, you probably should spend whatever.
I'm thinking white collar as opposed to murder collar.
Understood. Yeah, the old murder collar. But, of course, again, at this point, the question becomes, how much do you think you're going to get back? And then how much punishment does somebody have to face? He's 70 years old.
Yeah.
Like, then again, Big J, people live till 115, so who the hell knows? I don't know. But he doesn't have to pretend to be blind anymore, I guess, is that.
I can see again.
My God, my answers, my prayers, they've been answered. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your We're Going to Hell story. It is the X-Rocks. Hey, when I come around here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. Big J, there could be some significant changes to some worldwide marks here if the medical professionals across the world kind of take these new indications under protocol. So, if you're not aware, there are certain BMI numbers you have to hit in order to be considered obese, right?
Sure.
Those have been in place since May of 2017 all the way through September of 2023. But the medical world has been talking kind of like offline, going, hey, listen, maybe those numbers that we have aren't exactly right. Maybe we can change the definition of obesity because there's some different type of kind of body fat measurements that they have stumbled upon over the last couple of years that more accurately kind of represent what your BMI may be.
What the fat you're carrying around.
And they're trying to make these kind of worldwide recognitions of these numbers. And so it appears to be working. There's a conference held for later on this year where they'll see if they're kind of like universally adapted as these particular numbers. But if they are, Big J, it would not be good news for the United States of America. Currently, under the current definition of what obesity is based on BMI standards, the United States sits at 43%. Now, if this number is changed based on new information and more accurate kind of results, that number in the United States of America would jump up to 69%. Almost 70%
69?
of the country would be considered obese in this particular side of things. You understand?
Yeah.
And so
fatties up in here.
Yeah, it's not great. And that would be bad if that were the case. Although it doesn't change the fact. You know what I mean? If you move the number, it doesn't mean that there's still not work to be done with a lot of us. And so that becomes a problem. Once you hit 70, Big J, that number's up to 88% of the population. So, well, listen, we become less active as we get older.
Yeah.
And so that's becoming part of the problem. So we have ourselves an issue, and it could be considered almost an emergency, I would think, if these numbers get changed or get at least recognized and adapted internationally. So a whole lot of you, Big J, that weren't considered fat are about to be considered fat very soon.
Yeah. Welcome to the club.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to let people know as new members?
A lot of shame.
Yeah.
A lot of shame. You
Walking
just get over
upstairs are going to be really hard. You're not going to like it.
Find an elevator.
If you got one. And of course, I mean, just watch out for number one. You know what I mean? And
Make
listen,
sure you carry snacks in your pocket.
Pocket carrots, pocket hot dogs, all those things. They come in handy.
Pocket tots.
You never know when you're going to get hungry. So welcome to the club, you 30% that didn't know you existed. And if we try real hard, Big J, we can get that number closer to 80, 85% if we keep it up.
Yeah.
So you have your assignments. Morning After with Nick and Big J coming up in a few minutes. Some important stuff and your pop culture smackdown. It's next on the X.
Important stuff. On the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Important stuff brought to you by Team Mazda and the Pre-Owned Superstore. Getting financed at Team Mazda even easier now thanks to GoTeamCredit.com. Everybody gets pre-approved. Not a single effect on your credit. So try it out today and see if you can't get into a car you love. GoTeamCredit.com. Big J, living with other people, especially when you're younger, not easy. Having roommates can be a difficult thing. Agree or disagree?
Oh, for sure, man.
Sometimes it fosters relationships and friendships that you'll have for the rest of your life. And other times you're like, one of the worst mistakes I've ever made was moving in to this place with these people, right?
Yeah.
And of course, money can be a problem, but would you be surprised to know that money is the second highest cause of arguments with somebody that has a roommate? Do you have any guess what the number one argument could be?
I'm going to say, messiness?
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm going to put it into this category, but really it's about something stinks and you know it's somebody else's fault. There's some stink going on in the house. Somebody didn't clean up the dishes, didn't run the dishwasher
around here,
take out the trash, left their gym clothes on the floor. Something reeks and it's not my fault. You stink. Make it stop. 58% of people have argued about some sort of problem with their roommate picking up after each other or leaving something kind of stinky behind. Then money comes in at number 2. Number 3 is parking related problems. That makes sense to me. I mean, let's say you have a house, it's a garage, it's a one-car garage, or somebody's in the driveway, you need to get the hell out, and they're parked behind you. There's all sorts of parking problems that can happen in a roommate world, for sure. So it doesn't matter what it is, you're going to have some sort of disagreement. It's about making sure you handle those, with feelings and not let it get to such an area where it's going to make you blow up. You know what I mean?
For sure, yeah.
but also know that it's going to happen one way or another. Something's going to. I mean, living with another person is difficult, Big J.
Yeah.
At some point, they are going to get on your nerves. Doesn't matter what kind of relationship that is. It's just how you handle it that makes it go. Does it blow up, become a catastrophic event, or is it something you can get behind? Like, hey, pick up your underwear. They do stink. But you know what? We're still friends, right?
Hope so.
It'd be nice at the end of the day. Do you have any feelings one way or the other about Kirk Herbstreit, Big J?
I have no problems with Kirk Herbstreit.
Would you consider yourself a fan, or are you take him or leave him?
I mean, he's got a recognizable voice, and it's familiar, and I guess, I'm like, okay, I'm watching football when I hear it.
Got it. But you can't say that you dislike him or like him, perchance. He's busy. There's no doubt about it. I mean, listen, he's the ESPN lead analyst for college football and game day, and then he transitions over to Amazon football for Thursday night alongside Al Michaels. So he's one of the busiest broadcasters, especially when it comes to the fall, because he's all over the place in a series of days. And so he was talking recently about how sometimes, Big J, he'll wake up in the middle of the night and he has no idea where he is.
Where am I? I mean, it's like, I recently saw people like, why is he do game day? And then sometimes he has to leave game day early because he's got to fly to wherever the main game is going to be. It's not always the same place. It seems a little ridiculous. There are other people capable of calling a game.
Sure, but his Q score must be through the roof, where they're like, anytime you have football, if you're paying for it, you've got to put this guy on a set or something. Because, and plus losing Lee Corso, I don't think you can shake up College Game Day that much, as well as losing Herbstreit. But yeah, you'd much rather have him calling the game, I would think, than doing pregame stuff if you're ESPN. But having him do both and paying him to do both is probably the best of both worlds. But he says the key, Big J, if you ever wake up and don't know where you are, is to think about where you've been. Like, what was the last place you were? And then it'll help you figure out in your head where you are. So if you ever get to a point where your job is making you travel all over God's green earth, Big J, that's the secret to finding out where the hell you are.
That's a good tip.
Yep. And Kirk knows he's always on the road. I know. Did you ever end up playing Jedi Fallen Order or Survivor? Those games?
Fallen Order, yeah.
So you're familiar with Cameron Monaghan. I don't know if you watch Shameless or you watch Gotham or anything like that. I know you watch Tron Ares. Cameron, he popped up in Tron Ares for 2 seconds in what had to have been a role that was much, much larger before it reached the editing room floor in Tron Ares. But he is going to star in a prequel to the long-running Amazon series Bosch, Big J. It's going to be called Bosch Start of Watch.
So is he playing young Bosch?
He's playing young rookie detective Harry Bosch for the LAPD. And so there's going to be some other players involved that you're not familiar with, but the show is going to take place in 1991 Los Angeles. And, of course, there's lots of stuff going on in L.A. during those times. And we will see the how Bosch became Bosch. Big J, a police detective who, if you remember, plays by his own rules. You understand?
Yeah.
And that's what
we'll get to
sets
see
him
the
apart.
riots. We'll get to see
That's exactly right.
a whole bunch of beating people in the streets. It's going to be great.
Did you ever watch Bosch?
No, it's an undiscovered show for us, though I feel at some point we'll land on that. And
You enjoy Justified, right?
Oh, yeah.
You're
absolutely.
gonna enjoy Bosch. You're gonna like. I would say Justified is better than Bosch, but Bosch is still an enjoyable and fun program. But this show, this Bosch prequel, is going to be on MGM Plus, and I don't know anybody who's got that damn streaming service. It's not on Amazon, but
Somebody
MGM
must.
Plus, they have to. But it ain't me, so I don't know how I'm going to see it. But they are going to have a Bosch prequel series. I don't think Cameron Monaghan looks much like Titus Welliver, who is the original Bosch. But when's the last time that stopped Hollywood? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your important stuff. We got your Pop Culture Smackdown next on the X.
Pop Culture Smackdown. On the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Yeah, tomorrow night at the Knitting Factory, Garbage will play their last show live here in Boise, Idaho. It's going to be crazy, and you will get to go to that absolutely free. It's nearly sold out. All you have to do is beat me in Pop Culture Smackdown. Let's be honest, it's been pretty easy lately, so you got a good shot here. Make it happen.
All right. Best of luck to everybody involved. 208-287-1003 is the number you need to call if you'd like to play for these garbage tickets and take a running shot at Pop Culture Smackdown and see how it goes. Big J, are you ready?
No.
All right. Neither was that person.
Yeah.
So fair's fair.
I won.
Hello, the X.
How's it going?
Good, man. What's your name?
Aaron,
All right, Aaron, here comes your first question. Aaron, which boy band veteran did Jessica Simpson at one point marry and also star in a reality show with? Was it Joey Fatone, Nick Lachey, or Jordan Knight?
Nick Lachey.
Good job,
Nailed
man.
it. You're officially taking on Big J. Big J, what baseball movie kind of circulates around a character nicknamed Nuke?
Nuke?
LaLoosh.
Nuke LaLoosh.
Nuke LaLoosh.
I'm going to go Bull Durham.
That is correct. Right. You remember who played Nuke LaLoosh?
Kevin Costner?
No.
Yeah, I
It was-
don't.
That was not Kevin Costner. It was Tim Robbins.
Oh, okay.
Big Nuke. Aaron, back to you, sir. What football-themed movie did Tim McGraw have a pivotal role in? Was it Friday Night Lights, The Replacements, or The Longest Yard?
Friday Night Lights.
That is correct. In the movie, not the TV show. Big J, Bradley Whitford portrayed what iconic, very average name bad guy in the Adam Sandler film Billy Madison?
Oh, man.
Character name is what we're looking for here.
I'm going to say Chip.
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 No.
God, he always plays just a smarmy bastard.
Yep.
And I don't remember what his name was.
That's all right.
At all.
Aaron, do you remember?
I can't think of it at all.
His name was Eric, Big J.
Man.
Eric
Give
Gordon.
Eric's
as a
everywhere a
matter of
bad
fact.
name.
Yep. Congratulations, sir. You've got tickets to Garbage. Hang on 1 second. We will hook you up with everything that you need for that show
that's
tomorrow.
a deep Billy Madison question.
Well,
man.
I mean, it's certainly a deep Adam Sandler cut for sure,
Yeah.
but it was Bradley Whitford's. I think that question is from you'd gone one and done a couple of days, and that
it
question
ruins
was
your
from
lineup of birthday questions. Trust me, I know.
Bradley
I've been there.
Whitford's birthday. A few
I
days
was
ago.
ready for a Shawshank question today.
Because is it Tim Robbins' birthday?
Yeah.
Oh, that's my Nuke LaLoosh question for you.
Yep.
See? Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your Pop Culture Smackdown headlines next on the X.
News. You have our word on it. For whatever that's worth. It's headlines on the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Headlines brought to you by McCleary's Pub. Monday Night Football coming up this Monday. Another doubleheader, the last one of the season. And I will be out, Big J, hanging out at McCleary's Pub this Monday for Monday Night Football. Come on and join me. 604 North Orchard, right down the street here from the radio station. We'll be partying it up beginning at 5 for the early game, which is Tampa Bay at Detroit. A good one. And we got ourselves some great prizes from the X-Rock stock. I know I'll have some Kubla Khan tickets to give away. So if you want to go to that sold-out show, you can join me out there at McCleary's Pub, plus some great giveaways and drink specials from Shock Top Brewing and, of course, 10 Barrel Pub Beer and McCleary's Pub. So come on out and join me this Monday from 5 till the end of the first game. It'll be a whole lot of fun. We'll also hang out for a little bit of the second one, too. So I got a doubleheader. The nightcap is Houston and Seattle. So Seahawks fans, come on out and show out. Let's have ourselves some fun Monday at McCleary's Pub on Orchard for Monday Night Football. Headlines are as follows, Big J. Space Oddity, Bad Kitty, and Too Long.
Bad kitty.
A foster kitten named Wendy, Big J, was captured on a security camera dropping a dead mouse into her family's cooking pot on the stove in California.
What the hell? Ratatouille.
The Merced
Catatouille.
Humane Society shared the kitchen camera footage showing the moment Wendy added her spice to the dinner. Wendy is a foster kitty that was caught on the kitchen cam adding some spice to the soup that apparently was on the stove. Although I'm not sure, I don't know if they caught it. It doesn't really get into it, but there's nobody in the kitchen at the time. But she did notice that Wendy was still kind of like hanging around the pot a little bit, and they're like, that's weird. There's nothing in there yet but boiling water. And then they saw, oh my God, there's a damn mouse inside of it, and it is in our soup. So obviously, I hope they started from scratch.
That damn cat wanted that thing cooked.
It was hungry, and it wanted it done and done quick. So yeah, I guess who knows what your cats have dropped in your food, Big J.
Yeah, we keep a pretty good eye on that.
All right,
Catatouille.
Catatouille, Ratatouille, Papatouille. Space Oddity or Too Long?
too long.
Lawrence Watkins from New Zealand now holds the Guinness World Record for the longest personal name. Big J, Lawrence Watkins' full name consists of 2,253 individual words that takes 20 minutes to recite.
It's absurd.
The 60-year-old retired security guard changed his name back in 1990 after being inspired by a TV show called Ripley's Believe It or Not, and he wanted to appear in the Guinness Book of World Records. He spent a month choosing names from Latin, Old English, other languages, paying a typist 400 New Zealand dollars to record them. His full name spans 7 pages now on his birth certificate and required 6 extra passport pages. He got married in 1991, Big J, and basically his wife took part of his last name, so also has a large name herself, but not as long as Lawrence. So congratulations, he made it to the Guinness Book of World Records. Dreams can't come true, dude.
I guess.
Like I said, not everything has to be a physical feat. Sometimes you just have to have patience to be a Guinness Book record holder. And hire somebody to write down 20 minutes of your names and make them legal, and you're good to go. Wrap it up with Space Oddity. A woman in West Texas got the surprise of her life when she looked up and saw a massive parachute drifting through the sky and ultimately crash landing on her property. Now, she thought that it may have been like a parachutist or something, or maybe a weather balloon, so she called the sheriff's office. Little did she know, the sheriff was already aware of something falling out of the sky because he had received a call from NASA, Big J, asking if he had located a piece of equipment that they had lost. Turned out, the equipment had been launched from Fort Sumner, New Mexico by NASA's Columbia Scientific Balloon Team. It was part of an experiment to improve telescope accuracy, but a bunch of strong winds blew it from New Mexico all the way over to Texas.
Damn.
And so now NASA came and got their particular piece of equipment firsthand, and then he was able to share the pictures on Facebook, but not before that. They had to pick up their equipment first. Make sure all the data was inside there, you understand?
Oh, yeah. Top secret.
That's right. You don't know what's going on out there in space. But it could land in your backyard, so watch out. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your headlines. You're up to date on everything. First keyword of the day coming your way for textual healing. That's...
It's time for some textual healing on 100.3 The X. Win $500 thanks to a few keyboard strokes.
Get it? I get it.
Here comes another keyword.
Just real quick before we give out your keyword for the day, we need to make a phone call. Hello, The X.
This is Raina.
Hey, Raina, how you doing? It is Nick and Big J from 100.3 The X. How are you?
Oh, pretty good.
Are you sure?
I'm just surprised.
Well, we usually don't call people unless we have good news. Have you been texting the radio station recently?
I have.
Then Big J has wonderful news for you, Raina.
Yeah, Raina, you won $500 in textual healing.
Oh my God.
Congratulations, Raina. I imagine this is what you were gunning for. What do you think you want to do with the extra $500 coming your way?
I don't know yet. Oh my God.
The good news is you've got some time to figure it out. You've got $500 coming your way. We appreciate you listening. Thank you so much for playing along and texting in, and hopefully that $500 can help. But we appreciate you, Raina, okay?
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Raina, for playing along and winning $500 courtesy of Dollar Loan Center and the X for textual healing. And now we've got another day and another drawing, so you could be just like Raina and cashing some checks here very soon. Big J, what's the 9 o'clock keyword for today?
The 9 o'clock keyword is Meta. M-E-T-A, Meta.
Will you use that in a sentence for me?
Yeah, Meta is building a huge server farm here in the Treasure Valley.
And we love those server farms, right?
Oh, it makes a lot of money.
Let's go. So if you want to get in on today's contest, you got to text it in and spell it correct. What is the word one more time?
Meta.
Start texting.
Text that.
This is White Zombie, more human than human, here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. And Big J, it sounds like the Big J household has gotten an all-out assault from password sharing, yes?
Yeah, growing pains, mostly because, the household is no longer just at our house. We've got Maddie and Adara who live in their house in Nampa, and then Mason and Kyle, they just moved into a house in Nampa as well. So here is a problem. And, last week we'd mentioned how HBO Max, they were going to start their crackdown on password sharing, Nick. And the other night I go to log into Max, and it said, hey, this isn't where you live. Are you traveling? And I'm like, oh, no. And see, so the thing is, we signed up on Max through Maddie's work at the time,
Right.
AT&T. So it's kind of like in her name and whatnot. So I didn't want to, mess with anything because there are several people who use that, maybe someone included here in the room. And besides myself. So, and Mason just sent a message. She's like, hey, I'm trying to log into Max and Netflix, and neither of them was working. So now Netflix is cracking down again on password sharing. It must be the time of year. They're like, oh, hey, let's do this. So it's a real conundrum. And I'm sure that many Americans and people here in the United States are feeling this crunch as well. It's like, well, what do we do? I mean, is it the time to gift for Christmas subscriptions for the year to places or what? Because
Can you do that?
I'm sure
Or do you just have
you
to
can pay annually on a lot of these
Sure,
subscriptions.
I guess that's true.
So, that part I think but it's like, what do we do? Because we're already maxed out, I think, when it comes to the amount of streaming services.
No pun intended.
I mean, yeah, we got them all. And it's like, there's almost $20 a pop now.
Yeah.
For all of them. So it's just not doable. And it's a real bummer, but it's something that we're all kind of going through.
Yeah, I mean, eventually choices are going to have to be made if you don't want to pony up. I mean, a lot of it is easy where you're like, man, I don't think I would pay for that, but it's easy to do like a streaming exchange with somebody. You know what I mean? Like you give me your Peacock, I'll give you my Paramount Plus, and we'll go back and forth, and that way you don't feel bad about it.
Families now have to start a consortium so that you can watch TV, and that doesn't even include football and stuff like that. So we got to have like a family meeting and figure it out because at the same time, it's like, listen. When your parents and your kids grow up, I mean, they're both in their mid-20s now. I mean, we still pay for a lot of stuff for them. Insurance, phone bill. I mean, at some point, we got to cut things off.
You're
right?
talking about cutting the kid cord.
But it's hard to do that because, we love them and we want them to not have to suffer financially. And they're not, not all of them are in a great place to be able to do that necessarily. So especially just starting out, buying a house and all that stuff, that's a difficult time as opposed to a relaxed time that maybe we're in a little bit, being older and having a two-income house. So a little different. Decisions have to be made.
That's right. Do you have a pecking order in which you would have to let things go? Like, do you know what's the first streaming network to get sacrificed?
I would feel like there's one group in there that's capable of paying for their own. It might be time to start that.
All right. So
but
you're
they're
saying
planning a trip to Japan. So
I got it. Oh, okay. All right. Now we're starting to get personal.
I don't know. In this realm, unless it's so part of the problem here for me too is, Nick, that like some of these I need to have access to for streaming dumbass.
Well, you don't need anything. I can
True. Or I can just rent a movie. I mean, like you can rent a movie for $2.99, whatever. And I can just bill that to our big boss.
That's right.
Be like, here you go, buddy. But, it's one of those things where I'm like, I don't need to really watch some of these things. I don't have a problem with it. I'm spending most of my free time playing Xbox anyway. So I don't know. But decisions will have to be made.
Well, I'm sorry, man. It's quite a humbling experience.
Going through it.
Yeah. You're not the only one. It's just a matter of time before it catches up to you if you're still getting away with it, though. That's the problem.
Yeah. And I was like, I told her, we'll try to log in and see what it says when you say I'm traveling. Because maybe you can kind of bounce back and forth, but who knows what all goes into that.
Yeah, I would
nonsense.
think it'd be multiple things signed on at once where that would be the big trigger, but apparently it's completely area code based.
I just tried to log in here from work and it gave me that. And I'm like, I wonder if there's you pay, you can pay a little extra for extra accounts on Netflix. I wonder if you can do that with Max. So we'll have to investigate. I'll let everybody know what
were you going to watch just now?
I wasn't. No, I was trying to help out Mason.
I see. Right now?
Yeah, I was trying to be IT. That's what Dad does.
It didn't work?
No, I didn't want to mess with it.
Just tell her to restart. Then you're really
Unplug
IT.
it. Plug it back in.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. Your bad impressions next on the X.
Bad impressions.
So far, I'm not impressed.
On the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
And we have a great Morning After prize package here, Nick, for bad impressions. And we're going to hook you up with a gift certificate to Cope & Ross, courtesy of Be Our Guest, which kicks off tomorrow at 9 a.m. Cope & Ross, of course, great craft house and grill here in Boise. We'll give you a $50 gift certificate there. And then, Nick, tickets to Kubla Khan TX sold out at the Ding Factory. Goes down next Tuesday. We'll get you set up with all of this here if you can figure out the very famous person in Bad Impressions.
Phone number is 208-287-1003 if you'd like this prize package. Be our guest to Cope and Ross. Also grab yourself some tickets to go check out Kubla Khan TX. All you have to do is get 3 clues from Big J and figure out the famous person. Are you ready, Big J?
I'm ready.
Hello, the X.
Hey,
Hi, who's this?
Aaron.
All right, Aaron, you're up first. Good luck, man.
I won 5 Primetime Emmys for playing Michael Flattery on Spin City.
Michael J. Fox.
There you go, man.
One and done.
Nice.
Good job, Aaron. Hang on 1 second. We'll hook you up with those tickets and the Cope and Ross gift certificate. What were clues 2 and 3?
Before hitting the small screen, I was a legit movie star in movies like Doc Hollywood, Secret to My Success, and For the Love of Money. And last, I'm best known for playing Marty McFly in Back to the Future.
Why is Michael J. Fox in the news?
He has penned, Nick, a memoir, a movie memoir called Back to the Future, Future Boy, Nick. And I think got released on Tuesday, and he's been doing some media about that. And, of course, they talk about some of the fun in the movie, like a small, continuity issue. And it involves that scene as the prom band when they launch into Earth Angel and Johnny B. Good, channeling the pioneer rock legend Chuck Berry. Mostly it surrounds the Gibson guitar that Marvin Berry was allegedly let him borrow. So that guitar didn't come out until 1958, Nick. Of course, the movie was set in 1955. But then again, the other thing that brings us all together is that guitar was stolen and has been missing all this time. And just a few months ago, we talked about this. They have put out a search to find that and recover that guitar. They want to do that, of course. This is the 40th anniversary year for Back to the Future. So, very interesting.
It is. And if you want to read more about Michael J. Fox, he's got his memoir. Of course, there's that documentary on Apple TV as well, if you want to check that out. That kind of chronicles his whole career and his rise and, meteoric rise.
Yeah.
There is not a bigger star in the country for like a good 6-year stretch than Michael J. Fox. There's no doubt about it. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your bad impressions. We wrap up the show here next on the X Rocks.
When a plumbing emergency hits, every second counts. That's why Beacon Plumbing is here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We've seen it all, and we've fixed it all. Stop freaking. Call Beacon. 24/7 emergency service you can trust.
Caldwell, Nampa, Boise. Let me tell you how to get an interest-free trial loan with Dollar Loan Center.
Aerosmith and Youngblood, go.
Oh, boy. Let's go with Metallica and Lady Gaga.
My only angel here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J, wrapping things up for us on this particular day. Thank you for hanging out with us. We got a nice little nerd alert courtesy of Big J. Gave away some prizes. That will continue tomorrow. Got to call Raina and give her $500. That always feels really good. Congratulations once again, Raina. And we got more keywords coming your way at 11, 1, and 3 today. So continue to listen to get in for your drawing of your very own and win $500. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
But it does leave you with the floor, Big J.
Happy birthday to our buddy Chad Gray from
Happy birthday, Chad.
Mudvayne. Hell yeah. He's 54 today.
Nice, man. Looking pretty good, right?
Yeah, really good.
Lost a couple LBs. He's out there doing his thing. Mudvayne's on the road. They were in Idaho not too long ago. Heard good things about that show. Agree or disagree?
Yeah, and God, Sticks and Stones is so good.
Yeah, it's a great song.
I can't wait to hear the rest of what they have cooked up on that album.
Happy birthday, Chad. How will you celebrate his birthday today?
Probably listen to some Mudvayne and hell yeah.
Whoa. Quite the celebration, and you can take part in your very own on your own time if you'd like to. We are going to take off. That's going to do it for us. Jason Drew's going to come in here next. You guys have a good one. It's the X Rocks. Hey, guys.